Hi, I'm Dr. Lina. I'm in my mid-40s and I have 3 young children. I work as a GP part-time and I am starting a YouTube channel today. And if you think that this sounds absolutely mad, you're probably right. But I'm doing it anyway. I am going to document the entire journey so that you can follow along, because I have been feeling that I'm not the only one who's been thinking about doing something like this. So if you've ever wondered if it's too late for you to start something new, something different after the age of 40, stick around. We are about to find out together. Let me paint you a picture of my life right now. Monday through to Wednesday, I'm a doctor. I carry a stethoscope around my neck. I make medical decisions as I see patients within an urgent care setting. Thursday through to Sunday, I'm juggling 3 kids' schedules, school runs, homework battles, and trying to keep out the household running. And somewhere in between all of that chaos, I've been having this nagging thought of, what if I started a YouTube channel? What if I did something radically different? Now, I know what you're thinking, because it's exactly what my brain has been telling me for months. You're in your 40s. You are too old for YouTube. That's for young people. You don't know anything about video editing, recording. You don't have any time. You should stick to what you know. But here's the thing. I can't shake this feeling. So why am I really doing this? I'd say I have 3 main reasons. And I'm going to be completely honest with you. First, I have always been good at learning things. I have what's called an eidetic memory. This is basically having a really good memory. I tend to take images, so I remember images of things that I've lived or learned, and I tend to be able to then recall those memories as I go. So it helps me have a good memory. And I guess my whole life, everyone, including myself, has seen this as something to exploit academically. So I went on to having a science degree, doing a master's in genetic engineering, and then went into medicine. And I've always felt like I've done the right thing, the safer thing, the thing that makes sense on paper. But here is what I've realized, is that I've never really tried to build something creative, something that's truly mine, something where I don't know where the outcome might be. And I guess that leads me on to my second reason. I'm fascinated by the creator economy. I'm learning about artificial intelligence tools. I'm watching how content creation is evolving. And I think there is a space for people like us. Professionals, parents, people with life experience, people to contribute something of value. And the third is that I have 3 children who are going to make career decisions in the next decade or so. And I want them to see that their mom didn't just play it safe her whole life. That at the age of 46, she was still brave enough to try something completely new. To be fearful, to be vulnerable, but be willing to try something new. But the truth is that I'm terrified. I'm terrified of looking silly. I'm terrified of failing publicly. I'm terrified that I'll invest time and energy and I will get nowhere. I'm terrified that people will think I'm having some sort of midlife crisis. And maybe I'm having a midlife crisis. But you know what? Maybe that's exactly what I need. Because the alternative is spending the next 20 years wondering, what if? And I don't want to be in my 60s wishing I'd been brave enough to try when I was in my 40s. I've been scrolling through YouTube creator content for months, and it's all aimed at 20-something-year-olds. There's things like start a side hustle or build your personal brand. But what about those of us who already have careers? What about those of us with mortgages, with responsibilities? I couldn't find anyone documenting what it's like to start from scratch at my stage in life. So I thought I'd document what it's actually like for somebody starting out from scratch at my age with already a fully set up life with kids and responsibilities, and hopefully somebody out there that feels the way I do can join me in that journey. So here's what I'm going to do, and here's what you can expect from the channel. I'm going to document everything, the equipment that I buy and why I decide to buy those, the tutorials that I follow, the mistakes that I will make. Trust me, I'm sure I will make plenty. The late nights, trying to figure out how to edit the videos, most likely the moments when I want to quit, the small wins that keep me going. So I'm going to try and show you as much as I can of my journey. I guess it's a little bit like the behind the scenes of what it really takes to create something new when you're not 25 anymore and you don't have unlimited time. What I believe is that we have an advantage over younger creators. I believe that we have more patience, we have life experience, and we have some degree of perspective. We understand delayed gratification, and many of us have resources that we have now that we didn't have at the age of 25. And most importantly, we know who we are. At least we worked out who we are a little better. We're not trying to figure out our identity while also trying to build a brand. I guess we're not desperate for validation, and maybe not so much, or certainly not in the way that we used to when we were younger. I think we can perhaps bring a bit more authenticity when it comes to having lived a bit. So I guess all that's left to say is that if you are watching this and you're thinking, I've been wanting to start something too, here is what I want you to know. You don't need to know how to do it before you start. I literally don't know how to edit videos. I bought my equipment just a few weeks ago, and I'm figuring all these out as I go. And you can too. You don't need unlimited time. I work 2 to 3 days a week, and I have 3 children. If I can carve out time for this, you can carve time out for whatever you've been putting off. You don't need to be the youngest or the coolest or the most tech savvy. You need to be willing to learn and willing to be bad at something for a while until you get better. And you don't need anybody's permission, not your family's, not your friends, not society's. You get to decide what you want to try. The only thing you need is willingness to start before you're ready. Because here's the truth, you'll never feel ready. You don't feel ready. I don't feel ready, but I'm starting anyway. So here's my invitation to you. Come along on this journey with me. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see what happens. And when a 46-year-old doctor with 3 children tries to build a YouTube channel from absolute zero. I'll be posting 3 times a week, and I promise you'll see everything. The good, the bad, and the embarrassing. I'll be sharing every resource I find helpful, every mistake that I make, every small victory along the way. Because maybe, and just maybe, watching me stumble through this will give you the courage to start stumbling through whatever you've been putting off. And if you've been thinking about starting your own creative project, whether it's YouTube, or writing, or arts, or starting a business, leave me a comment and tell me what it is. Let's encourage each other. Let's prove that it's not too late to try something new. And if this resonates with you at all, hit that subscribe button, not for me, but for you, as a commitment to yourself that you're open to try new things, even if they are scary. I'm Dr. Lina, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for being here for day 1 of this crazy experiment.